I found the recording on my phone at 3:12 a.m., and I don't remember making it. The file was already saved, already named, and already finished before I ever touched the screen. The voice on it was mine, not distorted, not altered. It was me, speaking clearly, saying my own name, and the sound behind my voice came from inside my apartment. It was explaining what would happen if I made the wrong choice next. I stood still while the audio played, holding my phone in front of me like it was the only thing keeping the room stable. The voice sounded calm and familiar, speaking at the same pace I normally use when I'm trying to stay logical. It said the timing mattered more than speed, and that reacting too early would only make things worse. I noticed something then that I hadn't before. The recording wasn't reacting to what was happening. It was staying ahead of it. Every sentence ended just before the next sound in the apartment began. I decided to test the recording instead of following it. Not by doing something dramatic, but by doing something small and deliberate. I shifted my weight from one foot to the other. I changed my breathing pattern. The voice adjusted immediately. It didn't comment on what I had already done. It described what I was about to do next, correcting itself as if it were recalculating. That was the moment I understood this wasn't a message from the past. It was something operating in real time, using me as a reference point. I muted the phone again, thinking silence might break whatever pattern had formed. The screen showed the waveform still moving, even though there was no sound. Then I heard footsteps in the hallway. Not recorded footsteps, actual movement, matching the rhythm I could see on the screen. When I unmuted the phone, my voice continued without hesitation. It explained that ignoring the recording didn't stop the process. It only removed my ability to prepare. That explanation didn't feel threatening. It felt instructional, like a system correcting user error. The recording began describing things I hadn't done yet. Not actions, but decisions. It explained which direction I would look first if the door opened, and how long it would take me to realize whether what I was seeing was real. It explained how my body would react before my thoughts caught up. I recognized myself in those descriptions immediately, not because they were vague, but because they were precise in ways only I would know. The voice said it had learned these patterns during the first recording. That session, it explained, had been enough to predict the rest. The second recording finally explained why it existed, not to warn me and not to protect me. It was measuring how long it took for fear to override habit. How long before I stopped questioning instructions and started following them automatically. My voice said the recordings were never meant to be saved. They were meant to be repeated until the outcome stabilized. That was when I realized the files weren't evidence. They were iterations. The audio reached its final minute and slowed slightly. not in tone, but in structure. Each sentence became more deliberate, as if the system was narrowing its options. My voice told me that if I heard a third recording, it meant the previous two had failed to produce the correct result. It explained that repetition increased accuracy. The bedroom handle moved again, more smoothly this time. My phone screen changed. A new file appeared beneath the others. Recording_3. Live. I don't know what the system is trying to become, but I know it's learning faster every time I listen.